And now staying with the NFC North, we just got done talking about the great matchup that is the Lions versus the Packers. And another, it's going to be an awesome matchup. And I believe we have a lot of questions for these teams as well. Is JJ McCarthy going to be that guy? His first full season, healthy season back. He's quarterbacking the Vikings, as I just said, and with the Bears. Is Caleb Williams going to take the next step forward? Are the Bears? Is this offensive line going to hold up? They made a lot of acquisitions, spent a lot of money to protect them. Now, are they going to protect them? And is Caleb going to make that step forward and finally bring the Bears to the playoffs? So, like I said, we have the Bears versus the Vikings. The Bears being, well, no, the Bears are not favored anymore. They were favored when this game opened. Now the Vikings are favored by 1.5 points or 1 point. Shop your books. And the over under is, as I get it for you guys here, 44 or 43.5, guys. So this is another great matchup. Like I said, these teams they have not, well, the Vikings have more of a question mark at quarterback than the Bears, I would say. We've seen what Caleb Williams is. He's in a lot of the news a lot lately. He didn't, there's a lot of people hate on him, but his numbers weren't actually that bad. But he was sacked a crap ton by his offensive line was terrible, and they went out to go get some changes for him. And not talk about changes. Vikings made a lot of changes too. So the whole NFC North is acquiring guys, and I think it's gonna be a tough division. But what's your take on these two teams?
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. For Chicago, they did have a lot of sacks. Their offensive line was rough last year, and they have made changes. Some of those sacks were from Caleb Williams holding the ball too much. I am a huge, obviously, Bears hater. I don't think the Bears have been worth my hate for the last decade, but they finally have a roster that is respectable. Just to talk about the spread real quick, I do think it's pretty crazy that the Vikings were a 14-3 team last year, and the Bears were a 5-2 team or 5-12 team, and that they're favored in this game with just offseason changes. So I think that has to point to a lot of uncertainty around JJ McCarthy. Almost not just uncertainty. There has to be people that know that he is not looking good.
Yeah, from I'm hearing what he would have the best camp ever, and it's kind of dumb on the Vikings, to be honest with you, because I know you want him to be a home run, but the Vikings window to do something and go to the Super Bowl is now. JJ, I know Addison's suspended, but he's only suspended for 3 games. They brought back what's his name from the Panthers, the white receiver,
Thielen,
Adam Thielen. Sorry, yeah, Adam Thielen. So they have weapons. Uh, uh,
Hawkinson is a
Hawkinson,
beast.
Aaron Jones Sr. So I don't know what they're hanging a lot more than maybe possible any team in the NFL on the quarterback to be good, because the Vikings have all the potential to make the playoffs, and they're hanging their hat on a guy who's basically his rookie season.
Yeah, it's quite the gamble, and I obviously the bettors and the people around the league are not sure that it's going to pay off.
Right. And just staying with the Vikings here, if you will, their off season, they made some additions. They went out to help, both sides of the ball. They brought in Jonathan Allen on a 3-year, $51 million deal. So they got somebody to help that middle of that defense, which is great. I mean, they needed it. They brought in Jason Hargrave. Don't forget, he was a monster for Philadelphia. Went to the 49ers. Had better than average. I think he didn't do good as last year. They bring in Hargrave to 2 years, 30 million. So they bring in two defensive linemen right there to help plug the holes and get after the quarterback, which I think is the kind of like what I would say the what all the NFL teams are doing now. They know getting after the quarterback, and you got to keep the defensive line fresh. They also bring in Ryan Kelly, a new center on a 2-year deal. They bring in a Will Fries, guard, 5 years, 88 million deal. So defensive line, offensive line, they're just hammering it home. And they bring in Brian Murphy Jr. They re-signed him, I should say, to a 3-year, 54 million a year. They bring in Isaiah Rogers from the Eagles, which I think is going to be a sneaky signing because the times he was starting and playing, Isaiah Rodgers was looking really good, very fast corner. And they bring in Jeff Okuda, the corner from the Detroit. Didn't really pan out. Eric Wilson, Rondé Moore. So they brought in a lot of good players. But I like the big signings. I really like the big defensive line signings. And I like the 2 offensive line guys. So they have a solid core bringing around JJ McCarthy. There's no ifs, ands about it. When Addison's help, when he's not suspended, Addison, Thielen, Jefferson, and Naylor, that is a great wide receiver room to have. Aaron Jones, the senior, Jordan Mason, and Ty Chandler, not bad. Aaron Jones, he's getting a little older, so Jordan Mason's going to get some work, but Jordan Mason is not so bad. And I just gave you guys the offensive line. Now their left tackle is questionable to go in this game, but the interior linemen, the safety, and the 2 guards are really good. I think this offense, if JJ McCarthy could be average actually, or better than average, they have a lot of potential to be great.
Yeah, I think they have one of the best rosters in the NFL. They have great coordinators. They played awesome last year. So hopefully the coordinators can scheme up enough to keep things easy for JJ McCarthy so he doesn't lose them games. But man, sky's the limit for this team if he can be even just a serviceable quarterback.
Right. And just want to briefly, I don't want to skip over their defense here because I believe this defense has a lot of potential. Like I said, they bring in Jonathan Allen and Jason Hargrove. That's great. Defensive linemen have a lot of veteran presence. They still have Jonathan Greenland and Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel. Those are some great linebackers. Both Cashman and Van Ginkel and Greenyard, they all could get after the quarterback. So they have a good 3-4, good front seven, especially with Hargrave and the additions with Allen. Like I said, Isaiah Rodgers, I think that's going to be a sleeper pick. He's a good, very fast corner. And his counterpart is Brian Murphy Jr., who they re-signed. And they still have Harrison Smith, who's been there for a long time. He's doubtful for the game. So Jay Ward would take his spot. And they have Metalis, I always pronounce his name wrong, playing the strong safety. So their front seven has the potential to be game breaker. So Caleb Williams, that offensive line, let's get to the Bears. As we said, the Bears, they need a protection because this front seven they could be deadly for all the NFL teams, but the Bears were, sacked like nobody's business. So let's talk about the right away. Let's just talk about the acquisitions because I was just talking about the new guys they brought in for the Bears. Like I said, the Bears, they bring in sorry, I just fucking stopped there. Sorry, I had fucking killing my momentum here. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about the Bears. As I was saying about their new acquisitions, they needed offensive line help like nobody's business, especially the interior lineman. They trade for Joe Thuney, the guy from the Kansas City Chiefs. They bring in Jonah Jackson. He played okay for the Rams, not great, but they needed a fresh person in there. And they bring in one of the great center and Drew Dalman from the Atlanta Falcons. So right away, they brought in a lot of offensive line help, which they needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thuney, that was a huge one. I think he's going to make a huge impact, and it changes their offense quite a bit.
Right. And if Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright, if they could live up to the potential, that could be hopefully a great offensive line. It could be the tackles need to hold their ground. If they can, they've shown in sparks that they could be good. They have a lot of weapons. I am not so DJ Moore, good, great. He's proven he's a great wide receiver. But besides DJ Moore, I'm not going to lie to you. And actually, I like their tight ends. I do like Loveland and Cole Kmet. That's a good combo there. If Loveland can live up to the hype, being their first pick in the first round. But I am not liking this running back room, and I'm not really in love with the wide receiver room. I'm not going to lie to you. DeAndre Swift, there was a reason why the Eagles did not re-sign him, okay? He goes to the Bears. He didn't have a bad season last year, but he had a better than average season. But, I think you want more. And Roscoe Johnson, their backup, who's questionable for this game, I don't really love him as a backup. And before I ask your opinion, okay, Luther Borden the third, great kind of pick that fell to them. I think that was a good draft pick for value-wise. Does that mean he's going to pan out, be the best? No. But also, I'm not a big believer in Rome Odunze. I'm just not. I don't see what people are seeing. I know people are not really hyping him up like the other wide receivers in that class, but I don't know. I think there's a lot more holes in this offense than people or the hype the Bears are kind of getting.
Yeah, I think you said it great. I mean, the Bears are always good on paper. Their offense looks good on paper. Their wide receiver room looks good on paper. And then we'll see what happens. I agree. I mean, they're going to have to force the ball to DJ Moore to keep him happy. He's, one bad game away from quitting on the team. Roma Dunze, I watched the Hard Knocks of the Bears, and man, the guy is just a corny loser, just like Caleb Williams. I think they're both absolute just cornball losers. Luther Burden, I did kind of want him in the draft. I think he has a lot of potential, but as a rookie, I don't know how much impact he's going to make. Same with Colson Loveland. I mean, one of the top tight ends picked, but tight ends typically take some time to get into the swing of things. So they have potential, but I think people are giving them way more benefit of the doubt than they should from just the offseason.
Yeah. I am not. I think they should have signed a different running back or drafted a different running back as well. I'm not sold on DeAndre Swift at all. He could catch the ball. That's great, but I don't think he's a home run hitter. Like I said, I think that the line can stick together. That's good. At least it gave Caleb Williams the confidence to, throw the ball because he was pretty shooken up last year. Briefly touch on their defense. They Montez Sweat, he did, he has the potential to be a great double-digit sack guy. So good there. Grady Jarrett, who I thought the Falcons were never going to get rid of, but they did. So that was a great pickup by them. The Bears always have a good or better than average or even great defenses. It's been what they've been doing. They still have the big money they paid for the safeties and TJ Edwards, Edmonds, Deo. Jalen Johnson at corner, good corner. Tyreek Stevenson, if these corners can stay healthy, great 1-2 punch. Kyle Gordon playing thing. So their defense, I think, is going to be better than the offense. I really do if they can stay healthy. Their starting middle linebacker, TJ Edwards, is doubtful. And Jalen Johnson, one of their better corners, is questionable. But their defense, as always, has the potential to be, good top 10 defense. But as always with the Bears, it's their offensive line. It's their offense, like we would just talk about. We're both not sold on it. Just because their offensive line probably will be better, because when you're in the bottom, there's only way to go. There's only one place to go, and that's up. So I think their offensive line will be better, but I'm not sold on their weapons. I'm not Oduze, Burden. We have to see what they're going to do this second year more than other wide receiver rooms. So with that being said, man, I'll go first on this one. I think this is a tough game for me because with the mystery surrounding JJ McCarthy, you don't know what you're going to get out of him. He did not play last year. This is basically a pick'em game. It's 50-50. It's in Chicago. And new head coaches. I think Kevin O'Connell. I think it's Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings. I believe he's a good coach. I think, man, this is tough. I do like the Bears going over their team total wins. I think they could get to at least 8, maybe not make the playoffs, but 8 wins. Because it's 8.5, so 8-9 wins. I think is reachable. But first game of the season, I think this is going to be an actual really close game because their defenses, I think, are going to hold both these people in check. But I'm going to go with the more proven weapons with the Vikings. I know the quarterback play. We don't know what JJ McCarthy is going to do. I know. We're going to hear it. I'm going to hear from everybody. But give me J Jets. Give me, that defense. I like the 7, the defensive 7, front 7 of the Vikings more than like the Bears. So in a close game, just give me the better weapons on offense and give me that front 7.
Man, yeah, no, I feel your pain on this one. It is a struggle. Unfortunately, I do think Caleb Williams takes another step forward after last year, which was a decent year. He had some weaknesses. I think he gets a little bit better. As a lot of Bears fans know, trying to root for the Bears is rough. So I don't want to pick the Bears and have to watch this game. But
Monday night, right? Or is it Sunday or Monday night?
I'm not sure. But
I believe it's Monday, one of the late games. Yeah, Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, without Addison, Can Jefferson and Hawkinson can carry this offense? I think if JJ McCarthy really is bad and the Bears just throw everything they have at him and he's pooping down his leg the whole game, the Bears could do it. So honestly, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna take the other side from you and grab the Bears in this one.
Well, I can't wait to show all our friends this video clip. You, the Adam Bauer, the big Packer fan, took the Chicago Caleb Williams Bears. I can't believe it, guys. You guys have known this is a shocker to me. I thought this never see the day that he'll take the Bears to win straight up. Are you gonna take the points, or you think they're gonna win straight up? You gonna take the 1.5?
Let's go straight up. Let's go straight up.
Ooh, wow, man. All right. I know what to get you for your birthday, a Bears jersey.
Well,
All right, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, can't wait to show our friends this. I'm gonna clip it, definitely send it to them. But I'm taking the Vikings. I am not confident in this pick at all, and he's taking the Bears, who was surprising me. And it's gonna be a great game, great Monday night game, battle of the NFC North. We'll see what happens in that division, but it's gonna be a great game regardless. And I can't wait to see who. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. All right.